Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name's Matt. Today I'm starting Solo Leveling. So I am very excited to start watching this show. I know almost nothing about it, but I hear the name Solo Leveling and I have this bad habit that I've talked about before of judging shows purely based off the title, which is a really bad thing to do, especially in anime. But in this case, I look at Solo Leveling, just the title in a nutshell, and it makes me think of Sword Art Online, especially like the first part of the show where they're all still in the game and whatnot. And then I have the show up here on my screen ready to watch, and I look at this image they have for it, and I read this blurb here as well about the show, and that is exactly what it's giving. It just gives Sword Art Online, and I absolutely loved that first part of Sword Art Online, and that's exactly what this is reminding me of, and I'm just so excited to see what it's all about. So it says here the main character's name is Sung Jinwoo, something like that. I apologize about the pronunciations. Then it talks about the system, like this program that he has that's like leveling him up, and it's talking about dungeons and spawning and all of that, and I'm like, this is exactly what I'm here for. So this could be exactly the kind of show that I'm looking for when I look to watch anime. I know there's so much hype around this show. I'm looking at the reviews as well, and it's got a 4.9 average out of 5, which is absolutely incredible. I know it's just come out. It's been a few days since episode 1 dropped, and I imagine there's a lot of hype around it. That's why it's rated so highly, but I am so excited to get into this. I'm not going to waste any more time now. I should hopefully have the full uncut timer reaction up on Patreon for those who are interested. The link will be down below. But with all that being said, I'm going to get into Solo Leveling now. So here we go with episode 1. Three years ago. What are we doing here? I know that voice actor for sure. To those things, interesting. The hunters. Okay, talk to me then. Okay. Oh, dude, it's giving Sword Art Online. I'm here for it. Are these the hunters then? Damn, look at these ants. Yeah, oh, mages as well. Dude, this pleases me so much. The fantasy lover in me. Oh, Jesus. Okay, set the tone. Set the tone then. Dude, he's getting eaten. That's kind of wild. We're too low ranked. Okay. Dude, look at him. I wonder, is this like real? Or is it like Sword Art Online where they're not like actually here? Byung. Oh yeah, some melee. I like this guy. S ranks, okay. Yeah, these are the hunters then. Unsok. I'm gonna mispronounce all these names, I'm sorry. Oh yeah. Dang. That's some sick animation, I can't lie. I like that. So they said they don't think this is the boss, so is there something more coming? Oh, here we go. There's a lot of them. Okay, okay. What are we doing? Oh, yeah. Oh my god. They have an entire army of these things. Choi. I like this guy as well. There's always a flame guy. Well, that was nothing for him. Jesus Christ. Good, setting the tone. Okay, drop the law. Okay, here we go. Alternate dimension stuff. Awaken the abilities. I like that. Bit of One Punch Man, My Hero in this as well. With the rankings and the powers. So this is the guy, right? Okay, I see what they're saying here. Based on the blurb. Solo leveling, here we go. I love that. So it's like in the real world, but they can go between, right? I think. Song, this is the guy. He's all bandaged up. Okay, yeah. Oh, that sucks. You can see where this is going already. So does he have awakened powers and they're just very, very minimal? Juhi. Yeah, not into the lowest rank dungeon. Bro, I love this stuff so much. The rankings and the dungeon stuff. So they all group up around one of the portals. Yeah. Should make a point to bring a healer with them every time Sung's there then, right? Yeah, barely any. Something about, you know, having a knife or a dagger as a weapon as well. Okay. Or you already know something wild's gonna happen. There's too much hype around this show. Okay, I see. Essence stones. We in the dungeon now? Okay. Jinu. Yep, that's how you pronounce his last name. We saw this green guy. Maybe it's just a generic monster. Okay. Oh, his dagger broke. Oh, shit. Oh, don't pull it out, man. Come on. People always do this. Do they have a healer? Is she a healer? Like, Jesus, look at him. Okay, she is a healer. Like, is that like real death though? Like when they go through the portal, it's still like all real life stuff? Yeah, so the green goblin thinks that it's just a generic monster. And just look at, they've all got sick powers and stuff, and he's just lying there injured. Okay, I see. Mana crystals, I love it. Ooh. It's just energy. Well, that seems really... I mean, that just seems really good, right? Now, can the monsters come through the portal? Like the other way? Yeah, I want to know what his motive is. Yeah, she really cares about him. And the loot and everything, it's so good. Another passageway, okay. All right, here we go. You know, things are gonna happen. Everyone's going to die. Oh, you already know they're gonna ignore. Yeah, you know where this is going. You already know. They are all dead, I promise. I felt like she was the only other one. She might stay then. Oh, he's the tiebreaker? His dad's missing, okay. Okay, I see, that's his motive. Yep, okay. Pretty standard. But a good motive nonetheless. Here we go. Okay, this is clearly a main character. Maybe this guy too. Choi. I gotta try and remember this symbol. That's good, no discrimination. There's the same symbol, okay. Hae-in. Yeah, she's the one. Yeah. Good. Yeah, that's the woman that he just mentioned. S rank, okay. Maybe she just doesn't like the attention. She's clearly, definitely skilled. Interesting. Already making me ask questions, which is good. She really cares about him. Like, from her point of view, he's made a decision that's pretty much gonna kill him. Huh? Oh, let's go. Oh, no, this is bad. She's gonna die as well. Bro, that's a death flag. Right, here we go. Strap in. You know, something wild's gonna happen in here. All these statues or something? Suits of armor? Okay, they're huge. They're not little. Yeah, they're gonna come alive. God damn. Okay, what do we got? Anyone read it? Cartanon Temple. What's up? Yeah. You're right. It's like weeping angels, man. It's the big one. I'm trying to read the laws as well. Okay. Yep. Here we go. Oh my god. Setting the tone. Jesus Christ. You gotta follow the commandments. He didn't stand a chance, man. It's gonna look at him, man. It's gonna look at him. Man has been through it, man. And he continues to put himself through it. Is it just for his family? Could there be more to it? Yeah. For what, though? Okay. Okay, yeah. Something's gonna happen. Holy shit! Okay, how many more dead? Yep. They are all outclassed in here. Oh no. That's just wild. Obey the commandments, man. That's it, isn't it? Oh, bro, I need the second episode, man. I wonder if this is the intro playing. Okay, classic episode 1 things, no intro, unless that was it playing over the credits there, but I'll keep an eye out for that in the second episode. But that was a really good pilot. So I'm going to continue to make comparisons to Sword Art Online because it's just the concept that I love so much. The dungeons, the raiding, you know, the monsters, you know, buying gear and all that stuff. It's just classic stuff that you came up on, like growing up playing MMOs and stuff like that. It's just the stuff that really speaks to me. And because I'm so used to playing it through video games, when it gets presented in a format like this, like in an actual show, it's just so cool. So I'm already like drawn in to what's going on. It's exactly what I hoped it might be like, which can be pretty dangerous, kind of going in, you know, with set expectations about how you want things to be. But in this case, I am very happy. So there's a lot of names thrown in there throughout that episode about, you know, some of the guild members and the chairmans and the higher ups and whatnot, which I will do my best to remember going forward. But Sung Jinu is the guy that we're going to be paying attention to, right? He is an E rank hunter, very minimal powers. He's always getting injured. But the thing they drew attention to at the end of the episode there was that he's very perceptive. He's always looking out for opportunities, and that's why he was able to realize at the end that the big statue was about to, you know, unleash that massive blast. But the tone has been set. It was set in that first scene. You know, some of these guys are getting mauled by these ants, and during this last portion of the episode as well. You know, this guy's had half his body just hacked off. One of them's been disintegrated by that blast from the big statue. Like, it's gonna be brutal, you know, it's gonna be gory. There are gonna be some crazy deaths. It means they're not going to hold back, and it means this show could be really, really good. So here's where my thought process is right now. Just based off of reading that initial blurb about the show, the system that Sung manages to get his hands on, I think what's going to happen in this situation is that they need to follow these commandments, right? You know, they're stuck in this room with all of these statues. That one guy tried to leave and he was immediately cut down for it, and then the statue just went back to its place. So to me, it seems like as soon as they try to disobey some of the orders or try to leave the room, I will go back because I think I missed maybe a little bit of what the guy said reading out the commandments. So they mentioned 3 commandments. I'm not sure if these are the only commandments, but it's revere God, praise God, and prove your faith to God. Now, are they talking about, you know, like the God, you know, just the general God perhaps, or the big statue guy as the God of this temple that they're in? But it just seems to me like the goal of this dungeon, they clearly cannot defeat, right, whatever's in here. I think all of these guys are outclassed, and I don't see a situation where Sung Jin-woo is gonna be able to do something crazy, right? I think he might be perhaps the only one that realizes that you have to follow these commandments, and I think maybe this God presents him with the system. That's what makes sense to me. I think everyone in here is dead except for Sung. I think those other characters we saw earlier on that were getting like inducted into the hunters, I think like a B and a C rank perhaps, or 2 Bs, 2 Cs, I'm not sure, something like that. I think they might be other main side characters along with Sung. So Joo-hee, the B rank healer that's with them, that was getting a lot of attention with Sung. I was wondering if they're trying to maybe set up, you know, some companionship there for the future. But I think that whole situation of, you know, Joo-hee saying to Sung, you know, why don't you take me out after this or something? Because she clearly really cares about him. You know, he's always throwing himself into these dungeons. He's almost dying all the time. I think she just wants him out of harm's way. But to me, them setting up like a date after this is just a massive death flag, especially considering the whole situation they find themselves in now. I was wondering if maybe she'd been given enough development to maybe be the only thing that survives along with Sung, but I think she is going to die, right, along with Sung, and that might be something that sparks Sung's character development throughout the rest of the show. I'm still not entirely sure what the overarching goal of everything is for Sung. He did mention, you know, his family, his mother needs treatment, he's trying to pay for his sister's college funding, I believe. Very stock standard kind of stuff in terms of people's motivation in shows like this, but I feel like there's going to be something deeper. Maybe it's just about him being able to prove himself, or just become a better hunter, or just become something better than he already is. Because they mentioned early on in the show, once your powers have awakened, there is no way to get better, to get stronger than that, right? So if you're an E rank hunter like Sung, that's it, you can't progress. So it seems like he's stuck, and this system that I believe he gets is going to allow him to progress in the ranks and get stronger. And it seems like it might just be a Sung specific thing. Maybe someone else can use it, maybe other people get their own ones, maybe they go back into this temple. Again, this is all assuming that he gets this thing from this temple, but maybe other people can come back to the temple and get their own system as well. It's just such an interesting concept, and it's giving you a lot to think about already, which I really enjoy. Right, there was a couple of other characters that I do want to draw attention to, because I think they're going to matter going forward with the story. So firstly, we have Guildmaster Choi, and there was a symbol, and I think that must be his symbol for his guild that I'm going to try to remember going forward. Now, Guildmaster Choi is kind of comparing these new recruits who potentially could be main characters, like I was saying, to this Cha Hae-in. I apologize if I've got that wrong, but she does appear just after this. She helps like save like a woman's handbag that got stolen from these goons. An S rank hunter, they referred to her as. Now, she was very shy when all the people started gathering around her and thanking her and like recognizing her, and my first reaction to that was like King from One Punch Man in season 2. So spoilers if anyone hasn't seen that. I actually haven't seen the whole season either. I just know that King is like, he's not really an S rank hero, he's just putting on this facade, and that's the kind of thing I was getting here. But she was clearly very fast, clearly very strong, and it seems like they were getting tested early on to see what rank their powers were. So I imagine that's what has happened for her, and she is in fact like S rank strength, but perhaps it's just like you know, she's kind of shy, she doesn't like the attention. We'll have to see, but that's really interesting. So she was mentioned as well, and Chairman Go as well. So he was given quite a bit of attention. You know, he's got all these scars on his face, and he's talking about, you know, what the whole deal is with the raids and everything. So the essence stones that they get from defeating these beasts in raids are very valuable, and what it seems like they're working towards is like the perfect clean energy source that's just like cleaner than nuclear and just more efficient than everything else that exists. And that just seems like a fantastic thing, right? So that just seems like only upside, right? We go into these raids, people, I guess, they're risking their lives. It's a dangerous job. They come back with these essence stones, and they talked about, I think, like mana crystals as well that weren't quite as potent, but also like kind of good. But there's always something different when it's like a government situation that's involved, right? There's going to be some sort of corruption. Someone's going to try and, steal these things to use them for a different cause. Like, we'll really have to see. But it seems like these essence stones and mana crystals are very important for like the future of the real world, right? And I haven't really touched on like the whole setting that we've been dropped into. So, 13 years ago, they said 10 years ago, but then it was like 3 years later from the first flashback. So I'm not entirely sure. But some time ago, all these portals just appeared, linking to a different world with all these beasts in it. Now, what exactly caused this to happen, we don't know. It could be like a One Punch Man, My Hero situation, like I was saying. Like, all of a sudden, all these powers started existing, which is really cool, by the way. I still love the concept. They can reuse that as much as they want. And people started awakening their powers, which is really cool. So they can just go back and forth through these portals, do these raids like they've been saying. Can the monsters themselves come through the portals as well? Maybe that's what we saw at the start of the episode. Like, they were on this island and all these ants and stuff had come through and they were trying to stop them. And that's why all the people in the boats were like, we can't do this. We have to wait for the hunters. So really interesting. I can't wait to learn more about the whole portal situation, going back and forth. What's the deal between the link between these worlds and whatnot. But I think that's going to do it for this one. I don't think we got introduced to the names of those other two characters that were getting inducted into the Hunters. I'm sure that'll come about in the next few episodes. But I'm just really, already a massive cliffhanger. I'm really excited to see what happens in the next episode. I really think that this massive big statue thing, if it actually comes to life properly, is going to be that image that we've seen that's popped up. And I'm just really excited to see what happens about that. But I'm going to stay with my prediction that everyone inside this dungeon right now, except for Song, is going to die, right? And he's going to get his system from this somehow, and it's going to be really interesting. But I love what they're doing with this show. I'm really excited for it. It's going to be a mainstay on this channel while it is broadcasting every week. And it's pretty rare that I've had this much to talk about in the first episode of a show. So I'm already just really excited to see what happens throughout the rest of the show. But I'm going to leave this one here. Thank you all so much for watching. Like I said in the intro, if you're interested in the full uncut reaction to this episode and for the rest of the series as well, the link to my Patreon will be down below. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. And as always, please leave your comments and feedback down below. I always appreciate it. And we'll see you all in the next episode of Solo Leveling.